Hello, what we're looking at here is a solar panel. It's a 75 watt panel. It's about 23 by 46 inches. Again, 75 watts full output under the best of conditions. And it's powering a small submersible pump that's down in that well. And it's probably pumping about 2.5 gallons a minute right now, which is probably its peak output. It's pretty close to the middle of the day. And what I'm here to show you is the effects of a shadow on this panel. Is what generally happens, a lot of times anyway. People will install these things in the summertime, and they won't realize that the power line or power pole or whatever that's out in front of it will cast a shadow on it come wintertime. So it's real important to give a good look around. It happens all too often. But anyway, I'm going to show you what a relatively small shadow will do. I'm going to try to show you with my arm here. As you can see, the pump is slowing down to a crawl. And I'm going to set my hat up there. Okay, there's my hat sitting on there. As you can see, it stopped completely. No tricks, no wires. I'll grab the hat off there. And there comes the water again. So if you block probably 10% of this panel, which isn't very hard to do with a power line shadow that's pretty close, it'll grind down to nearly a halt, and it might not be enough to get the pump started if it's down there pretty deep. This one's only at 50 feet right now. I'm just putting it in. At home, my well is 150 feet or so, and I've got two 50 watt or 55 watt panels actually, so about 1.5 times as much as this. And it pumps about just under a gallon a minute from that depth with that little bit of power. But I did that on purpose because the slower you can pump your well, the more steadily you can pump it. In other words, it won't fill up with sand, and it's a lot better for the well. If you've got a storage tank, which is very wise to have, at least a month's worth of storage. If you're careful, you can easily do that with 5,000 gallons if you're careful. I know I do. But anyway, that way if your pump goes out on you, you can wait a couple of days and get one of these on order and put it in yourself. It took me about an hour to put this one in. And that way you don't have to call somebody and spend thousands of dollars and be in emergency mode. But anyway, the typical 1/2 horse or 3/4 or 1 horsepower pump will come on very briefly. Will suck water up through an 1.25 inch, 1.5 inch pipe at a very high rate per minute, and then it will just shut off again, and it'll do that, throughout the day, 10, 20 times a day, and it basically vacuums the water out of the well really quickly. And it's not good for the well. It tends to draw in sand and debris and stuff like that, and you end up getting your well all clogged up with crap in the bottom of it. So, but if you can pump it with solar and do it slowly like this, not only is it cheaper in the long run, and in the short run anyway, as well, you don't have the consequences of drawing the water out to the point where the well's almost dry and then waiting for it to recover. If you pump it slow enough, and if you calculate your usage, it's not too hard to match the panels to the demand and the storage tank to the needs, and just act accordingly. But this here again is about 2.5 gallons a minute. I checked it with a bucket, and it will go all day long on this panel as long as you have water and the need of it and the sun's shining. It will just continue to pump. So there you go. Quiet, clean, and no moving parts except for just the pump itself. All right, thanks for watching.